Years down the track, I realized now there is a formula to finding that niche. It's not about, that fad. It's like, okay, the niche is selling, sanitizer. The niche is selling the mask because, oh, cool, it's going to make you money. It's a trend, No, we're not talking about that kind of niche to make money. We're talking about finding that niche that is about you, because God gave you your particular talent, who made you who you are. You've gone through your life with your own experience and your own knowledge and expertise. How do you package that into a niche that fits in the marketplace? Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Snippet here, helping you to achieve time freedom so you have more time for self, family, business, and life. Now, in this video, you're going to hear from Marilyn and myself, helping you to start a business in 2021. So although we run a coaching program called Productized Kid, we're taking you behind the scene on some of the teachings that we teach our students, which is to how to start a business, starting from getting your right mindset right, how to find a niche, and validating your ideas so you can start making money this year. Hey guys, it's Lynn Padetti here, and today I have Marilyn Woe, my business partner at productizedkit.com, to be here with me to share how you can start a business in 2021. Now, we both are mumpreneurs. We work from home and we've been doing it for many, many years, decades now. And so we want to help you in 2021 to have better work-life balance, be able to build a business from home. So welcome, Marilyn.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Okay. So I know we have our program because we want to mentor people along the way, because business isn't simple. It's not like here's a step and then that's it, you're going to succeed. Even our students are asking us a lot of questions. And so we can't cover everything, but I thought we'll summarize it up into 3 main steps, I think. And that step 1 is really the mindset. Step 2 is niching, because we really believe in unless you have a niche, you're going to be everything to everybody. And then I guess step 3 is like, how do you validate that idea so that you would be able to make money from that business? So yeah, I guess love to hear, what was your mindset getting in? Okay, if you could give advice to someone right now around mindset to starting your own business or staying in business, what would that be?
I think the first one would be really finding out or figuring out what you really want. First thing is what you really want, and then next will be what you really want out of that business, right? Because you will go through a lot. It's like, it's not just a full-time job anymore. It can be a lot of things, right? And we all know the ups and downs. So would a full-time job bring you the stable income, or the regular income be the best for you? We have to think in this way, rather than, we see like, oh, there are people successful, they can do it, then it's something that I also can do. Thinking like that, yes, is positive, it's good, but you want to set up a business. Why? Right from the start. 5 years later, 10 years later, why don't you get out from this business? So I think this part is important for me when I started.
Yeah, for me, I always liked, with every situation, I like to do a pros and cons about everything. So like, for example, when I had a job, I really wrote down all the pros. Okay, cool, I get steady income and people, I don't have to put a lot of effort and I still get paid and all those things. But the negative really outweighed it for me, because it was like, the 9-to-5 job, no flexibility. I have to pretend I'm sick to get a day off. And I was a single mum, young mum back then as well. And so I realized I will never have that flexibility working in a job. And then I also recollected these things that, for example, there are a lot of people in a corporate job that, are disgruntled, wanted to quit their job, but they're still there 20 years later. And I'm like, do I want to be like them? No, write it all down. I also felt like, yes, I'm getting paid, but am I growing as a person? And that was very important to me. Like, I need to be growing. I need to be challenged, and I can't be dead inside, right? And being in a steady job does not fit with that. And so, yeah, understanding what is the pain you're running away from. For me, was like this corporate box that I really hate, going to work and being told what to do. I feel like I'm a child forever. It's like, I thought I'm an adult now. Why do I still have to be scared of my boss, Anyway, so then the pleasure was just like, well, I also wanted to inspire millions of people. I want to be really wealthy so that I could give back to my parents, to society. And this job isn't going to do it for me. I just could not see that. And so that pleasure also pulled me as well. What was your pleasure?
Yeah, I think the list that you made is really good. I did that as well, and I did like kind of keywords kind of thing, like which kind of word resonate with me. So with that resonation of keyword helped me to, when I look at the word, it's like a gut, right? Like I feel like, okay, this is me, and then I go with it. So that was one way that I did that with that list. And when I started off not really doing what I wanted, meaning I really went for the vanity. I see people succeed, and so I thought, it's kind of like a jealousy feeling, like you're envious of them. Like that was me. So I didn't really get clear. I didn't really get aware of deep down what I truly wanted. It was a lot of like probably what people say about me and say like things that I can't do it and all that. Then I just want to prove to them. So it was that kind of reason, right? So to your question on that, it actually was kind of there was this transformation where I did happen to just sit quietly and ask myself, do I really want to be with my kid? Do I really want to ask permission for leave to be with my kid? Those are my kids. Why do I need to ask for permission, right? Things like that. So it really went down to the awareness of myself and my circumstances rather than running my life based on others. So I kind of look at it in this way where it drew me to do what I want to do on my own. So it's flexibility, freedom, schedule, my own control of my own time that led me to start my own business.
Yeah. And why we mentioned step one is mindset is so important. It's like, unless you have that shift in your mindset, like that's it, I'm ready to go. But I think the next step is, once you take the leap, how do you maintain that mindset? And for me, I'm constantly feeding my brain with inspirational content from successful people, or watching a lot of YouTube or reading a lot of books. And I have to have that every day. Otherwise, I will also not have a great mindset, because it's kind of like a mindset fitness, I guess, right? You need to keep that fitness going so that you can stay that way. Because I know many people may know how to start a business, or that's it, I'm going to start, but then they just stop. You the same with the maintenance of your mindset?
Yep, absolutely. It's a lot on, it's like a muscle, right? Like what you said, where the more you build on it, the stronger it becomes. It's the same for me as well. But it's a bit of a comfort zone. What do you call that? Like a shift in the comfort zone, like really not being too comfortable and knowing that I have to get out of that zone to the next level. It is also, kind of developing myself to be a better version. So it's along this way where, I kind of carry on with the business, right? Because there are a lot of challenges in between. There are a lot of obstacles. It's not just, I want to build this thing and I'm so happy about it, I'm so excited, and it will stay forever. If it's like that, then everybody could have just done it, right? Like so definitely in between there'll be probably a customer who will cancel, another customer will cancel, another customer say that he or she is interested, but after that don't sign up. So all these can actually add to the kind of demoralizing feeling every day. So I also need to feed myself maybe at least even 1 hour a day with all the positive videos to help me.
And then that's why we built Productize Kit, because we wanted a community for people that are like us back then, starting out and wanting to learn from someone's experience. And we're always the kind of that example of like, hey, you can do it. If we can do it, you can do it too. And we're all together helping each other. So awesome. Right now, step 2 is niching, right? For me, years down the track, I realized now there is a formula to finding that niche. It's not about that fad. It's like, okay, the niche is selling sanitizer. The niche is selling the mask because, cool, it's going to make you money. It's a trend. No, we're not talking about that kind of niche to make money. We're talking about finding that niche that is about you, because God gave you your particular talent, made you who you are. You've gone through your life with your own experience and your own knowledge and expertise. How do you package that into a niche that fits in the marketplace? And that's what we're talking about here. So I'll give you an example. my niche is that I love people. I'm natural when it comes to like connecting with people. So I'm in the my passion is people. So I'm in that recruitment kind of niche. My expertise is, you know, matching people. I've always loved matchmaking actually, but I happen to matchmake in business. And my expertise has also, you know, been working with a lot of small business and marketing. So the industry experience I have is how to help small businesses in marketing. And so the mashing of recruitment with, I guess even my passion for helping to reduce poverty in developing countries because I'm Vietnamese, all of that has combined into Outsourcing Angel today. I help to recruit, you know, VAs from developing countries to match with business owners here to do their marketing. And that is the market gap, and that's my niche. So what is yours?
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting them together. Mine is, I have like 10 to 20 years of design experience. So even in school, I love art. I love creating magazines. I'm just like out of nowhere. I'm not paid. I just create magazines for a club, you know. All these are like part of my childhood, right? So-called, I mean, my student years, right? So these are areas where maybe you can pick up, right? Like hints of what you used to do even without money. That's one. I mean, it's not just a hobby, but you can just pick out. So it may be gardening, it may be photography. So there will be quite a few, right? Like multi-talents kind of thing. And then you just list them out. And then I was also in sports team for like 10 to 15 years. So team building is something that I love doing. So I kind of similar to yours. I mash them up together. So it's like design and team building. That's how this company has grown, right? Yes. So it's all these expertise that has been like 10, 20 years back that, you know, I feel like I know this area best. So I think for anyone listening, it's more like that. So it's like picking out from there. But I think which is not that easy as well, because I also had a problem before on picking out. So I kind of stopped design, thinking that design is not my thing when I met a certain obstacle, you know what I'm saying? So so I did come to this point where I almost gave up design, although that could be my kind of genius zone or something. But I came back to it, right? So it can take some, you know, ins and outs and situations whereby you may think that you have to give up, maybe move on to something, and then you may come back again. So all these are the moving parts,
and hopefully, I mean, by joining our community, we're going to be able to wake you up and go, no, stay there, no, because sometimes life hits you with hurdles, like you said, and you just get distracted and you just feel like maybe I'll just go for something easy, but it's not, right? I mean, anything hard, worthwhile to build will take time and hard. Even if you're good at design, building a business around design is still different to just being a designer, right? Just because you're a good chef doesn't make you a great restaurateur and business person. So great point. Okay, so yeah, you know, and that's where we come in. We really can help you come up with that niche. And this brings me to the next point, is that even if you don't know how to create your niche into a service and validate the idea, it's not going to work, because what are you going to do? Design what? You're going to design, I don't know, cartoons? Are you going to design what? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you going to design everything under the sun? So let's talk about validate the idea. You know, how did you validate the idea or chosen your business model of unlimited design and you pay a fixed fee?
Yeah, so being a generalized designer was what I was before. And that was a huge mistake. But then again, of course, I learned from there. And I had my regular income as a freelancer when I was just a general designer. But it didn't bring me that kind of, it wasn't a strategic view, I would say, to bring me recurring revenue, which is something that we all should strive for, so that we have predictable income, rather than thinking, oh, okay, entrepreneurship is up and down all the time. No, we can kind of put the income in, we can design our own income stream, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so you can do it. And that was when I kind of, asked myself, maybe I should ask my customers, my, you know, freelance customers, what is it that they have been doing with me that they like? In future, what do they think that they need from me, and what I can help them more? So I just kind of beta tested my regular customers with just a package and say, okay, so this is a package of unlimited design. You just pay monthly. It's a fixed rate. So remember before that, you were invoiced per project, and you were always telling me, oh no, can this be lower? It's eating up my budget. And then the next month, maybe you have some more, and I have to give you different invoices, and you are actually not sure of the full budget in the end, right? So right now you have a fixed budget every month, and this is what you will come up with for design only. Is this good? And they say, okay, let's try it out. So they pay it, they try, they love it. So a lot of them continue until now from the start, which is like 5-6 years already. So back to validating the idea, which is maybe your first few customers. I think if they pay and they carry on, that's validation, right? I mean, one to 3 customers is good.
In terms of validating, go to your ideal client, not someone that doesn't have money and that aren't going to buy from you, not your friend is this a good idea or not? It's the actual potential client, whether you're doing it pro bono or really discounted at the beginning, just to validate the idea. But like you said, make sure that the service is easy to produce and scalable. Like, can a client come in, get what they want, but they need it every month and again, and you actually make it easier for them to want it every month. We're not here to say just we want you to focus on charging them every month. That's not the point. It's like, how can you make their life easy because you're there every month making it easy for them? Hence, they'll pay you as well. So that is what I guess we can talk a lot more about this in our community. So thank you so much, Marilyn. I think we've given them enough taste of what those 3 steps are, but there's a lot more steps involved in it, just like some other topics that we've already covered in the group so far: marketing, recruitment of VAs, and soon we're going to talk about payments and stuff as well. So thank you so much, Marilyn.
Thank you, Lynn.
So as you can see, there are some steps you need to take in order to succeed in business, and it starts with the right mindset, and it starts with finding that niche. Now, to help you find that niche, would love to hear in the comments below if you need help by just sharing with us what's your passion, what's your expertise, what has been your industry experience, because that way we can actually come up with some ideas and share with you. And of course, I would love to welcome you to try out Productize Kit with us. If not, you can continue to learn some more content by watching these videos here.